I want to ask you, first of all, about the defensive side of the court. Obviously, you guys scored really well tonight. But what's important when you're playing without centers or traditional centers, and what are the things you have to lock in on?
I'm going to try to answer the best I can. I don't think I really heard you, but I think it was something about a small lineup and playing without traditional centers. You know, that was just how the game plan was made out today. You know, Dwight and DJ, those guys was ready when you know, just in case their number was called tonight. But playing against a team like Houston is, you got to be prepared for whatever. You don't know what they're gonna do. The only thing you know, they're gonna play fast. They have a high power offense as far as getting up and down the court. They quick. They attack off the dribble, and they're a team that never quits. And you saw that today. So sometimes I was at the 5, sometimes LeBron was at the 5, Stanley was at the 5. So you just never know. You know, playing against teams like the Rockets, you just never know what type of lineups is going to be out there.
And then, Melo, defensively with those groups, what's the balance for you of you know, staying low in drop coverages versus switching out? And how are you guys determining that when you're playing that small?
That's just part of our schemes. You know, that's coming into the game plan. We stick to the game plan. If we have to adjust on the fly, we make adjustments, you know, throughout the course of the games. You know, having a feel for the game, you know, players, knowing personnel, what you can do, what you can't do, who we want to beat up on the pick and rolls versus, you know, who you can be in drops against on the pick and roll. So that's just things that we plan for, that's part of the scouting report, and throughout the course of the games, those are adjustments.
Melo, not that it was a radical game plan change, but obviously it's different than what you guys have done. We've seen it in spurts with you and LeBron playing the 5, but not one of you guys in the starting lineup. Did it help to have yesterday's practice and film session to kind of conceptualize the game plan and then put it into place today?
Well, yes, because it's a very limited time of practice that we have, you know, especially playing every other day. So I thought yesterday was pivotal as far as getting a chance to go through it and run through it. Me and LeBron at the 4-5, getting the feel for what that's like, playing with a small unit, no traditional bigs. So yes, to answer your question, you know, our get together, our practice yesterday was very beneficial in what we was trying to do with that small lineup.
Please.
Hey, Melo, LeBron has scored 30 points in 5 straight games. I believe he's one of the oldest ever to do that. As his peer, relatively the same age, I mean, can you put that into context and sort of how tough it is to kind of take on that scoring load at this point in his career?
Well, the ball is still in his hands. That's not something that just gonna. His scoring ability is not something that's just going to dissipate overnight, or he's going to lose that. I think it's easier now. You know, the way that the game is being called, the way that there's no, like tonight, there was no traditional bigs. There was no bigs, you know, down there. So each game is different, going up against different teams. Different teams have a scheme, different schemes for him. But as far as scoring the basketball, I think that's one of his most underappreciated aspects of his game. He's always been able to score the basketball, and you know, now he's just taking advantage of that, especially when he's at the 4 and he's at the 5 and he's setting picks and he's rolling to the basket. He's a big target, and you know, you got to find him. He's taking advantage of that.